The Arosa podcast is brought to you by Triumph Protective Coatings, which is a flooring company specializing in concrete polish, epoxy flooring systems, micro cement, and self leveling concrete. They speak Spanish and they offer awesome customer service. And you could reach them on Instagram, Triumph_coatings. Looking them up on Facebook, Triumph Protective Coatings. You can email them, triumphprotectivecoatings@gmail.com. You can call them or text them at 666-436-4702. And if you use promo code ARROWSUP, you get 15% off on your next flooring project. So reach out to them, and they will take care of all your flooring needs. There was a podcast here. We have baseball. Baseball's here. Baseball playoffs, October. By the time you hear this, we will be right before the first game, which would be Detroit versus Houston, or it would have started. Either way, we have round one preview. And Harry and I kind of put a bow on the 2024 season. Talk Ohtani, talk A's, the White Sox, Aaron Judge, just all things baseball in this one, and get into the playoffs, what to look for, and a final thought on Pete Rose, who passed away today at the age of 83 in Cincinnati. Before I throw it to the pod, I wanted to close week 4 of the NFL. We had the week start off with the Cowboys getting a much needed win against the Giants. They didn't look all that impressive, I must say. The Cowboys might not be good. Just something to hold on to. They might not be good this year. And which, luckily for them, they play in the NFC East, which might be why they have a chance. Don't look now, but the Commanders are leading that division. But in other news, in week 5, we had the Saints kind of come back down to earth. Derek Carr, looking like Derek Carr, and they lose to the Falcons. The Broncos win an ugly one in New York, and Aaron Rodgers starting to get a little frustrated with what's going on over there. Some side eye going around on the Garrett Wilson. And the Jets are an interesting team because I think the Jets are going to be the team that, depending on when you see them versus who you see them, you'll think like, man, can these guys make a deep playoff run? And other times you'll be like, no, same old Jets. And that's where we're at with them. The Vikings might be for real. Sam Darnold might be for real, but it also might just be week 4. And we might look up in week 10 and be like, well, remember when we thought the Vikings were good? Remember when Sam Darnold was MVP of the NFL season after week 4? But they went into Green Bay, and Jordan Love had a rocky start, finished pretty good day for him, and the Vikings held on in Lambeau, 31-29, 4-0 Minnesota Vikings. Sam Darnold, 20-28, 275, 3 touchdowns, and he's playing really well. He had a beautiful pass to Justin Jefferson for a touchdown there, and Aaron Jones, he's been really good for the Vikings as of late. Somebody who hasn't been good, Josh Jacobs. I thought he was going to go to Green Bay and kind of just be rejuvenated, play behind a better offensive line with a better coach, better system. And I thought he was going to thrive, and he has been pretty disappointing to start this year. The Steelers lose in Indy, and Joe Flacco. Shout out to Joe Flacco. Joe just staying busy, staying employed, cashing checks, and it's an interesting thing just to see Joe Flacco be in this stage of his career. Anthony Richardson got hurt, and I'm worried about him. I don't think he's still too raw for me, and I don't know if he's ever gonna cook to a point where you can say he is a legitimate quarterback, or you feel very comfortable with him being the guy leading you. The Rams lost to the Bears, and it made the Niner loss last week to the Rams make me feel even worse. The Eagles have a problem. There's a problem in Philly, and Sirianni might get fired during the season. The Eagles might have to blow it up. Things are not good in Philly as they lose to Baker and the Bucks. They get the bye week this week, which couldn't come at a better time for a team like the Eagles. Now, for the Bucks, there's a video circulating now where Baker says that when he was brought in, he was told to bring fun, because it hadn't been fun; it had been stressful. And Brady kind of claps back as well. I thought winning Super Bowls was fun. I thought no rings was pressure. And I think it's important to understand when we're talking about what it means to win and what it means to have fun. It's winning to a guy like Tom Brady is the ultimate fun. And so he clapped back at Baker. But the Bucks clapped back at the Eagles 33-16. The 49ers beat what's going to end up being arguably the worst team in football, and the Patriots at home. They didn't look good. Overall, it's still very sloppy. Special teams is a problem for the 49ers, and they're going to have to address that. The Christian McCaffrey news is not good. He has tendonitis, Achilles tendonitis in both feet, both legs. One of them worse than the other. They're saying that he might play in November. I think he's going to play maybe December. I think he plays when they absolutely need him. That's what I think happens to Christian McCaffrey this year. The Commanders, 3-1, lead the division, beat up on the Cardinals. Impressive win. And the Chiefs keep doing it. 17-10 versus the Chargers, who are a year away. That's what they are. They're a year or 2 years away. Patrick Mahomes just does enough. And the Chiefs' offense isn't explosive, isn't fun, but they do enough to win, and that's the name of the game. And they win. And that's the, we could say we don't like it. We could say we don't like how they play. We could say it's ugly and it's not exciting. And we could say whatever we want, but they're 4-0. That's all that matters. They're winning. I'll skip to the Bills and Ravens. Ravens look really good, but they're a front-running team. And when they're up and they're loose and they're running, they look unbeatable. Josh Allen just was running for his life in that game. The Bills are a very flawed team, and Josh Allen covers a lot of things that are wrong with that team. And come playoff time, the AFC is going to be very interesting because there's no juggernaut except for Patrick Mahomes. Because I don't know if you can even consider the Chiefs a juggernaut, except that Patrick Mahomes, so therefore they are. And it might just be that the Chiefs just go into the Super Bowl. But the Chiefs are missing a lot of guys, and they're probably going to have to make a trade. And I do wonder if they're getting to a point where the league is going to be like, we're not going to help you. We're not trying to get you to get 3 straight rings. So you want Cooper? Somebody was saying like they should try to go get Cooper Kupp, or they should try to get Amari Cooper or DeAndre Hopkins. And if I'm any one of those teams, I'm like, I'm not going to try to help you. I'm not trying to help you win. But we'll see. We'll see what happens with them. But yeah, the Ravens. The Ravens look good. Sunday night versus Buffalo. The Titans have beat the Dolphins, and the Dolphins might have gigantic problems on their hands. No Tua, and McDaniel might be not as good of a coach as we thought he was. Great hot start, a lot like Dable in New York, and you might need to blow it up over there in Miami. And the Lions beat up on the Seahawks, and the Seahawks they made Geno Smith finally look like good old Geno Smith. And as we get into week 5, I think this is where a lot of the rust starts to come off of the teams. This is where we start to see which team is legit, which team is not. And I think this is where we begin to the real season starts here, because now these teams have had opportunities to feel each other out, see what works, what doesn't work. And I think this is where the first adjustments to the first 4 weeks of the season begin. We start to see the bye weeks, and this is the beginning of the adjustment period in the NFL. So excited to see what that looks like. Excited to see what all that is going to mean. Now, with that said, we have a decent slate of games. 2 games that I'm looking forward to. Packers-Rams should be a fun one in LA. There's going to be like 50,000 Green Bay fans, but McVay's still McVay, and Stafford's playing really well. So I'm excited to see that one. Jordan Love, can he just kind of push the Packers back into the conversation? And the second game I'm interested in seeing, Saints-Chiefs, Monday night. It's going to be a game of styles. Can the Chiefs slow down the Saints? And can the Saints force Kansas City into a shootout? I don't think Kansas City can win a shootout. And I think that's how you beat this Chiefs. You just gotta, obviously it's gonna sound stupid, you gotta outscore them. Duh. But I think the style of game, if you're playing a 2017, 23, 20, that type of game, Chiefs are going to win. You need to kind of get up on front and make the Chiefs play this high-pace offensive game. And I don't think the Chiefs can win that game. And it's about maximizing possessions. It's about scoring as much as you possibly can and making and increasing the pace. Almost the opposite of what you think you would want, where Mahomes has the ball more, but you want him to have the ball more for less time. Where the way it's working now is he has the ball less, but with more time. You want him to have the ball more with less time, and force him and force that offense to come up with points, drive after drive after drive, and I don't think they're able to do that. So that's those are the 2 games I'm looking forward to seeing. The Niners play the Cardinals. They should win that. Brock Purdy has been playing great, and but they should win that game. That's where we're at. Week 5 NFL coming up. Week 4 in the books. Baseball coming up. October's here. Best month. Basketball's on the horizon. I'm not ready for basketball, but it's coming. And Lakers preseason game starts on Friday. Friday. And I'm not ready for that. So, anyway, here's Harry. Baseball. Here we go. What's up?
It's been forever.
It's been a while.
You've been ghosting me. Didn't deny it. You don't deny it. But
Well, ghosting is a strong word.
I'm just kidding. I'm just kidding. I'm just trying to figure this out right now. It's computer. Okay, can I bring that? All right, we're good.
Okay. Um, so last time, does it sound good? Does it sound too muffly, too loud?
You sound good.
Yeah. Okay.
Yeah, it's just me.
Okay. So
Do I sound good?
yeah, you sound fine.
No background noise.
No. Um, so last time we recorded, it was August 18th, actually. Was the last time we
Wow,
recorded.
wow, you wrote it down.
Um, Jaren Duran had just said a slur.
That sounds like
Ohtani,
something last year.
yeah, Ohtani had yet to hit 50-50. Um, it was a different time in baseball altogether. Since then, Ohtani had a memorable 50-50 season for everyone except for you, apparently. Um, you're
Yeah.
probably the only person I know that was like, Acuna's season was better. Um, and the A's are no longer in Oakland. Very sad situation. And now we are a day away from the playoffs. And by the time people listen to this, um, game one would have already started from between the Detroit Tigers, your Detroit Tigers. Can you believe that?
Yes,
The Detroit
sir.
Tigers are in the playoffs. Versus the Houston Astros, which is
Boo.
which is a very interesting series because Detroit is going in there with no expectation at all. And they're going in there with a lot of heart. They're going in there with a lot of poise. They're going in there with AJ Hinch, who managed those
Astros.
Astros teams for a long time, won there, and just very interesting time. Let's start with Ohtani. 50-50.
Wow. With the fire.
Yeah, I mean, just because we're gonna get to the playoffs, but I think we have to put a bowl on
The
the season
timeline.
that we just saw.
Yeah.
Um, so Ohtani, 50-50. Um,
54, 54, 59.
yeah, 54-59
Officially.
for those keeping score at home. But 50-50 season, uh, why aren't you impressed by that? What's the deal, man?
Impressive is like a difficult, well, not difficult word, but a big word for you to say. Um, it I guess I feel a little bit more spoiled than anything. I feel like that little spoiled little brat that's gone through everything and already seen everything. It was just like, okay, cool.
When you say spoiled, you mean as a baseball fan,
As a
right?
baseball fan, yeah,
Right.
spoiled
Okay.
as a baseball.
Yeah.
I've gone through McGuire, Sosa, I gone through Barry Bonds, McGuire again,
Mm,
Griffey. Uh, what else have we gone through? Sean Green, if you don't remember Sean Green's Monsters Week.
mm,
Eric Gagne's 84 save streak.
mm.
So I've been around. I've been around the block. So I've I kind of wanted to see 60-60 myself. I think, or 55-55 myself. I
Yeah.
think, I think that was a lower tier that I wanted to see 50-50, 55-55, but 60 was a goal. I think he could have done it. I don't know. I put up a poll. and you got to see it. Everybody got to see the results of it. And
Mm,
of course, I don't know if it was you that told me that it's just it seems like it's it's because it's recent. That's why everybody's voting towards 50-50.
right, right.
Uh, they don't remember Barry Bonds. Barry Bonds got walked 180 times, 177 times. So his plate appearances were very 177. Uh, he only played 150 something games because they had clinched the playoffs. Uh, I personally think it's impressive because like I said, I've seen Sosa, Bonds, not Giancarlo,
Aaron Judge.
Aaron Judge. There you go, Aaron Judge.
Hmm.
So I've seen that type of player. I
Yeah,
think it would have been more impressive, if you want to use that word, if he would have been pitching.
yeah.
I think I think just the pressure of not having to do everything else, I think helped him in this thing. I'm probably sound like a hater. It's all good. Um,
You definitely don't sound like a Dodger fan. I'll tell you that
of
right
course, no, baseball. I tell you, when I come on here, I come as a baseball fan. I don't come as a Dodger fan.
now.
I come in as a baseball guy. You got me here, pay me the big bucks to talk about baseball,
Yeah,
not the Dodgers. 'Cause I can talk about the Dodgers all day long.
right.
Um, Barry Bonds played the field. Barry Bonds played left field. Imagine Barry Bonds just DHing, not having to play the field, not having to rest, not having to do anything, no rest days, just playing the field, just straight playing the field. Um, his season in 2001 going down to the last game or
Hmm.
to the last 3 games of the season before they clinched.
Hmm.
Come on, I think it would have been a totally different there, and he would actually got pitched too. Because if you remember the infamous bases loaded with the Diamondbacks,
Right.
walked in the run.
Hmm.
Crazy.
Yeah.
That's craziness. I just I don't know. I guess like I said, I feel like that spoiled baseball fan that's seen it all, seen the majority of it, been around the history of it for a long time. I guess that's why it seems this way.
Yeah.
It is a special thing. It is something that it's gonna be hard to match. I don't see anybody in baseball right now matching this other than himself. Um, I think next year is going to be more impressive if he gets to the same amount and pitches, keeps it at a 2 ERA, maybe 2.5 ERA,
Yeah.
pitches at least 19 games in the season. Yeah,
So
there's no conversation of who's the GOAT in baseball after that.
in baseball history,
History.
really?
If that, and I'm saying if those stats happen, wins double digit wins, 2 ERA, mid two
Yeah.
year
So
ERA, same stats offensively that we
he
see,
does,
maybe.
56, 53 pitches, wins 14 games,
Yeah, even 12 keeps it at
and
2 ERA.
that 1 year makes him the GOAT.
That nobody's gonna ever touch that.
Yeah. Wow.
Not even Babe Ruth touched that.
Yeah.
Babe Ruth can steal bases.
Right. So your pushback is more so, which I understand. I get it. It's he's only DHing,
Yeah.
right? That's
Yes. Yeah. That's the
which
big.
is
That's
which when you're splitting hairs and when you're talking about the best, that's what ends up happening. That's the I think it's why I think because you don't think of a DH as a base stealer. I
yeah.
think it's why Ohtani kind of gets the benefit of the doubt, and it's not
And if you go
a
more into depth,
mhm,
I think the new base rules come into play too.
right,
Bigger bases can only throw 2 times. Only throw to the bases 2 times.
right,
That's big. That's big. It was an opposing announcer because I like watching both sides of it. I like
yeah,
hearing Joe Davis here and there, but not every time. So sometimes they pull him out and then he goes to Fox Games and does football and all this other stuff.
right,
So I
right,
like changing over to the other guys.
yeah,
And we hear that. We hear that. It's the jealousy, the hate, but it's all good. You gotta hear both sides of it. But I think if McGuire, Sosa, Bonds were given the opportunity, I think even Griffey.
Hmm.
Just imagine. This is what we call it in wrestling fantasy booking. I don't know if you
Yeah,
understand wrestling terms, but we're gonna we're booking two fantasies.
yeah,
Like
yeah.
back then when it used to be Stone Cold and The Rock, but
Right.
fantasy, how many times can they fight? Whatever.
Yeah,
Blah
yeah.
blah blah.
Right.
Just imagine Griffey at DH. Doesn't have to play the field at all. How good he would be. First ballot Hall of Famer. Hands down. He would have been coming close to this. A-Rod. A-Rod. Imagine A-Rod didn't play the field. Because it's a wear and tear, especially back then. Like back then, it's we saw a lot of turf fields. They were playing in Montreal. They're playing in Tampa Bay. Tampa Bay was pretty bad.
Hmm.
Um, trying to think of other ones that there was out there. There's a few more out there that I just forget. But they were playing in bad fields and bad conditions, and people. Um, and there was one recently. Oh, Toronto, yeah, Toronto still to the day. In
Hmm.
Toronto, Teoscar Hernandez came on the radio and talked about that. Talked about playing there, the grind of playing in Toronto, coming over to LA, natural grass, less stress on the legs, less stress on everything for the body itself.
Yeah, yeah,
So I that's kind of my biggest argument. He was a DH. Imagine all these guys were at DHs. I think it would have been pretty close.
yeah.
I think he's there. He's a damn good baseball player. I can tell you he's the best baseball player right now. So there's nobody that can touch him right now, especially at the end of the season when he went on that tear in Miami. When he went
Yeah,
a
yeah, yeah.
tear. Yeah. Yeah. If we had Ohtani for that whole season, it would have been crazy. But
Yeah,
I don't
yeah,
know. I might sound like a hater, but that's whatever. At me.
yeah. I think it's just whenever we see something as impressive as this Ohtani season, um, the person that throws water on the situation to just be like, hey guys, like let's settle down. It's it's never gonna be welcomed with like, oh my God, like you're right.
Yeah.
It's always like, dude, you're a hater. Um, but I think it's an interesting test to to think about because if we are going to place him at the very at as on the mountain of the very best, then yeah, that now we got to split the hairs, and if you're gonna DH, I think that's where the Otani argument kind of begins to crumble because he hasn't um, pitched as much as we think he has pitched. Like
Yeah.
his, and I think that's what like drives the people driving the Otani wagon. Um, they hit both sides, but say, well, we got to understand we haven't seen him pitch in a while. Um, and I would think one more serious elbow injury, and I don't know if the Dodgers would ever let him pitch again.
Yeah.
And I think that's a big possibility as well. Now, Dave Roberts made mention of the whole anything can happen in October when they asked him whether Otani would pitch.
Yeah.
I don't see any scenario where Otani pitches in October.
Zero. Absolutely zero.
Um, and so, but again, he has to say that kind of get the intrigue for scouting,
Yeah.
so that the whole thing. But I mean, anybody with half a brain knows like there is zero. Like if the Dodgers would have to be on the cusp of winning the World Series, and like last option would be Otani to
Yeah.
clinch it or whatever.
And
Um, so that's Otani. Aaron Judge had a great season. Um, so
see,
he's a
that's
big
becoming more impressive. And we talked about in the last podcast how impressive he's been lately.
yeah.
Remember how
Aaron
we split
Aaron
up
Judge
the
had a
arrows?
Yeah, he had a bounce back year. Um, so he had a great season in Aaron Judge, and then we had so those are the winners. The losers, the A's and the A's ownership.
Yeah.
But in terms of just like baseball, um, the biggest losers were the Chicago White Sox. They own the record now with the most losses
121.
in Major League Baseball history. They went 41 and 121. Um,
And then the owner comes out with a letter saying, sorry, blah, 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 blah. Like, bro, come on.
it
That's
is.
just, it's just negligence in their part. I would say, like, a lot of just negligence. The
I think
people they have.
it's embarrassing to have the third largest market in the United States uh, be owned by someone as cheap as that guy.
Yeah.
And they're they won 41 games. They went 41 and 121. Last year they went 61 and 101.
Hmm.
And even if we go back a few, like 2021 was when they won 93 games. And so from then to now, it's been such a steep fall that I think it's unbearable. I can't imagine rooting for that team, supporting that team. And it's crazy that they're not even the biggest losers. John Fisher, I think yeah, John Fisher in Oakland.
Well, I looked it up, though. John Fisher.
Yeah, and the
That's
way
his
he
name.
the way he managed that entire thing in Oakland it was so embarrassing. And then the stupid letter he writes to all the fans of we tried our best and blah blah blah. And it's just so crazy that Oakland that we're not going to have the A's in Oakland.
I think I think the biggest losers here are it's Oakland, the city of Oakland.
Oh yeah. Hmm.
The city of Oakland has just lost what, three teams in the last, what, 5 years?
Yeah, Raiders, Warriors, and A's. Now the Warriors can argue that they're still there. They're across
Yeah, but
they're
they're not
across the
there.
bridge, but they're not in Oakland anymore. Yeah,
They went to San Francisco.
yeah,
I think just look what I'm wearing. I've been a fan for, like I said, I've been a baseball fan for a long time.
yeah,
Canseco, McGuire, Ricky Henderson,
yeah. Zito
uh,
Mulder.
Zito, Mulder, Tejada,
Yeah,
Eric Chavez,
Chavez. Yeah,
local Eric Chavez. It's from
yeah.
East, I think East Los. Uh, I never thought I would see that day. Just this day
It's so sad.
it's it's like I don't know. I guess when the people talk about like having money, then you start losing sight in things. I think this is one of those cases.
Mm,
Because dude, like throughout the whole season, they had what, an average of what, 10,000 fans or less. Last series of the season, sell out, sell out, sell out, sell out. What does that tell you? You
yeah,
you you messed up. You messed up big time.
yeah.
Because there's still fans there. There's Raiders fans. They're everywhere, so
Mhm,
can't
mhm.
really cry about that. Warrior
Yeah.
fans, they just got created back in a few years back. So they're there. But I think one of the big organizations, the bigger winners here has always been Oakland, the Oakland A's.
Yeah.
They created Moneyball. I think that's the biggest thing. I think that's the biggest thing that's stayed in my mind and my heart. The
Yeah.
whole Moneyball era.
Right.
How they didn't have money. This is before me knowing all this financial stuff and this ownership stuff and all the blah blah, all the stuff that goes behind the scenes, front
Hmm.
office stuff. Uh, just that they just a team. There's a team that they always been able to compete. I think at the end of the day, we think the players of the Oakland A's. I don't think there's nothing to think about to the organization itself
Mm.
because they messed up big time.
Yeah.
Oh, look at the history.
Hmm.
This is historical. Tampa Bay leaves, cool. Bye bye Tampa Bay.
Right.
Nothing. Cool.
Right.
Colorado Rockies leave. All right, bye.
Right.
Bye, Colorado Rockies.
Right.
Oh, the Angels leave. Oh, the Angels changed their name. Oh, cool. That's cool.
Yeah.
Great.
Yeah. Yeah. Yeah.
But this has been, they've won so much in the 80s and 90s. 2000s, they've won a few.
Well, and it's the Oakland green. It's so
Yeah,
iconic.
I'm wearing it right
It's so yeah. It's
now.
so tied to
The
that
Bass Brothers
city that you're just like, how is that? How did baseball allow that
allow that.
to happen? That I was I went there. I went there early September
I saw.
because I told Stephanie I want to go. This is her last year there. I want to go because I'm gonna hate myself if 10, 15, 20 years from now, another team comes back to Oakland and they talk about the A's and it's like, hey, did you ever go see the A's? And it's like, no.
No,
Um,
that's
and
what
I-
I would say.
yeah. And I'll tell you this, that those fans, there wasn't that many, and the A's got they got killed that day versus Seattle. But there was more heart in the 10 to 12,000 fans that were there than in the sellouts that I've been at Petco.
I literally was gonna go there too. I think we're thinking
And
the same way. Yeah.
because I was sitting there and I'm sitting there and I'm watching and I'm looking at the stadium and the stadium itself, like I mean, it's not a, I mean, it's a
It's not
dump.
the best thing, yes. Yeah.
No. So, but I'm sitting there, I'm looking around, and I'm like, man, these people have more heart and they care more about their team than the Padre fans.
No.
And it is, and it is crazy. Like if you give this team, this city, the team that the Padres have right now, and we'll talk about the Padres a little later. And you and I are pretty high on the Padres, and you
Yeah.
reluctantly are high on them. And but
Right.
if you give the Padres, if you give Oakland these Padres, and you give if you give Oakland this group of people that are putting together these Padres teams, because you and I have been very critical of the Padres, what they're doing.
Yeah.
But the one thing we can't say about the Padres is that they aren't trying. And whether we agree with what they're doing or not, whether we think their moves are wise or not, and I've told you for 2, 3 years now, I wish the Red Sox were doing this. You're the freaking Red Sox. Spend money, and if you mess up, spend more money to fix the problem because you're
Yeah.
the. And that's what the Padres have done. The Padres have thrown money, and if they made a mistake, the Juan Soto thing, they just threw more money to fix it. And guess what? They actually have a team that's scarier than any time where they've had Juan Soto.
Yeah, but back to the Oakland A's because
But the point is, you give
I
you
get it. I
take
get it. Yeah.
you take this team to Oakland, and Oakland's on fire. Sellout after
Well,
sellout.
Oakland was
And,
on fire with a bunch of nobodies.
no, but that's what I mean though. Like you,
I get it. Yeah,
that
yeah.
that city was never given the opportunity, or hasn't been given the opportunity in a long time, to be proud of the Rays and to support the Rays the way they should be supportive. They haven't. They just
They're
they
not giving a new stadium.
no.
They don't repair it.
Yeah. And I just think that's it's hard to ask the fans to come to your game when you're not pouring money into the team, when you're not investing in young talent, where every single time you have a young player that's any good, you just trade them out and you just swap them for more prospects. And there comes a time where you need to invest in your team because if not, you can't ask the fans to care.
Support you. Yeah.
Because the Red Sox just went through this. The Red Sox this season told other fans, we don't care about this baseball team. And you know what we said? We don't care about the team either. You don't care? I don't care.
Yeah.
Well, if I watch, I watch. If I don't, I don't. Because you don't care, then I don't care. And you watch Fenway this year, a lot of empty seats. Because that's the message you send. And for Oakland, all the heart that they have for that team and the love they have for that team, to just be taken away. It's
We saw it in the signs, you saw it in the tears, you saw it in the passion of it, and again, it goes into eras, the different eras. Even the '70s, some of the '70s, late '70s, '80s, '90s,
a
mid
generation of fans
2000s,
they have
yeah,
there. Yeah.
um, just thrown away.
Mhm.
I don't even know how. It threw me off a little. I wasn't lucky to be able to watch all three games that year or that weekend
Right.
when they were there or that week, the 3 days that they were there, the last games.
Yeah.
But what did trip me out is when they went to Seattle, Ricky Henderson was throwing the first pitch
Mhm.
in Seattle.
Yeah.
We're in Seattle's Oakland. When this guy, any baseball fan will remember him. He played for other teams. I get it. He played for the Dodgers towards the end of his career, but that doesn't matter. That doesn't count. It's like Jim
Yeah.
Thome saying,
You
"Oh,
say
he played
Ricky
for."
Henderson,
Yeah,
you think athletics, yeah.
you're thinking Oakland. You're not thinking these other teams that he played for.
Right.
And I would never put him in the same sense as the Seattle Mariners. Because that was towards the letter, and it just blew my mind. Like, how can this should tell you how much respect this guy has for the owner that he wouldn't even throw the first pitch at one of the games that at the home field he was at.
Right.
It's sad. It's just sad in general. Like just I don't know. I'm not a Oakland A's fan, but I am. I would say
Right.
because Bass Brothers. That's kind of where I kind of came in a little later
Mhm.
in their career. Read into it a little bit more. Was in the books about reading about them.
Yeah.
Um, and then Barry Cito, Mulder, Tejada, Eric Chavez. That's kind of where I came in that era. Um, I don't know. I just it's just sad, man. I'm not gonna see the same no more. Like they're gonna be in Sacramento. Cool, cool. That's another team.
Yeah.
Another. I'm not gonna travel to Sacramento. I care less to go to Sacramento. Cowbells. Care less. Sacramento. There's nothing good in Sacramento. Sorry, Sacramento.
Yeah. Well, because then they go to the thing that's crazy about this story is that there's no official date for them to go to Vegas.
Even crazier if they make the playoffs. If they make the playoffs, where are they going to be playing?
Yeah.
So that means this guy doesn't even think they're going to be making the playoffs because there's no backup to that.
Right.
Sacramento told him, no, you can't have it here. Sorry. Wow. If you really, 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 really wanted to do it, they could have easily done it. You could go play in the minor league field in Nevada.
Hmm.
You could go play there a few games. You could go play Montreal, send them to Montreal. All these cities that you want to put a baseball team in,
Yeah.
mix it around there. That's your home.
Yeah.
Um, that kind of thing. But this is a shitty
Yeah.
move.
Yeah.
Like, how do you become an iconic organization and just an organization that just has a bunch of history and just throw it away like that? It's like saying the Boston Red Sox, they move.
Yeah.
Okay, cool. You know what? Here you go. Bye. No more Boston Red Sox.
It'd be crazy.
So, so nobody existed. There was
Hmm.
no David Ortiz. There was no
Yeah.
Nomar. There
2000,
was no
2004 never happened.
nothing. None of this never happened. They never won.
Yeah.
Yeah. It, I I want to see what happens, and I hope this guy loses his team. I really do. I think I think there's too much of a mafia in the MLB right now that this guy should not even be allowed to own the team.
Yeah.
I think I was listening to a podcast, not even a podcast. I think on TV I was listening, and somebody came out saying that why do they hold players accountable? If you don't do good, what do they do to you? They get rid of you, right?
Right. Right.
Let's say you have 2 bad years. What are they gonna do? Cut you, right?
Right.
Why didn't they do that to the owners? You
Mm.
have 4 bad years. Bye bye. Got
Yeah.
to force us out of the team. That means you can't because it's hurting the game. It's hurting the game itself.
Yeah.
Like having losing. Like there was so much parity this year, and then and the White Sox.
Yeah. Yeah.
Like the parody was all there. Then it's just the White Sox. Oh, in Oakland. And Oakland did pretty well. Like they didn't do bad,
Or the
bad.
Angels.
Or the Angels didn't do that bad, bad.
Well,
The
the
Angels,
Angels
they
had their worst season in their
no, I
in
know they had a bad season, but they didn't have that.
yeah, yeah. Well, yeah, no, yeah. The White Sox, the White
That's all
Sox
I could
were
do. That's a you being
the
in your
White
own
Sox were
club.
very, very special.
It's like their own club.
Yeah, yeah, yeah. No, nobody was as bad as the White Sox. Um, so that's pretty much the season in a nutshell, right? Like
Yeah,
in terms of what we saw, Ohtani was awesome.
we
Judge
saw
was awesome.
two triple count winners.
Yeah.
Both
Uh,
pitchers, both pitchers, Scoobo and Sale. Sale.
yeah.
Scoobo. I think it's Sale.
And
You can quote me
then
on that, but I think it's Scoobo for sure.
and then we saw the rise of the Royals.
Would you
My guy
call
Bobby Witt.
my
Uh,
Detroit Tigers?
the Tigers.
I'm gonna watch Eminem in the playoffs now. Yeah.
Eminem.
I watched
Um,
him. I watched him this past year with the Lions, and
for real. He's gonna be a busy guy going to all these games.
yeah,
Um, and then in the West, there was a very fun race in the NL West. The Dodgers held off. The Diamondbacks didn't make the playoffs. The Braves and Mets just turned it on at the end. It was just a fun baseball season, all things considered.
and your team finally went 81 and 81, like you called.
I told you, I told you my stupid team was gonna
This
was
is two
gonna
years.
be
This is 2 years ago. Just
average.
to,
Um, I'll give you the Red Sox corner, just the last one, because I'm so happy that I don't have to talk about my dumb team till pitchers and catchers report. Um, Devers was out for the last 2 weeks or so. It was a very frustrating season where we have a really good manager and not a lot of pieces for him to do much with. Um, we had Jaron Duran who had a breakout year and he looked great. Um, Gastos was hurt, and I was hoping he would play more because I think he was gonna have a good season. Tyler O'Neill was super awesome, and he kind of the Red Sox GM pretty much said like he's had a great year. He's not gonna come back. He's gonna be too expensive, and I almost like threw my phone because I'm like, you're the Red Sox. Like, no, nobody should be too expensive for you. But this is the world we live in, and Trevor Story played some baseball, which is surprising.
finally saw him.
You give a guy over $100 million, and you're surprised when he plays. That's not a good sign. Connor Wong is keeping the Mookie Betts trade alive.
That thing's
Uh,
dead.
he had a pretty good year,
Take him back.
and
Take Mookie Betts back. He's starting to choke again. Take him
and
back.
hey, it's October. And
Yeah,
Matsaka Yoshida, I hope he gets traded for his own good. For his own good. It's clear
be a
Cora
Dodger pretty soon.
is not a fan, and just for his good, I hope the Red Sox move him. And that's the Red Sox corner. We'll see. We'll see what they do. I don't think they're going to spend much money this offseason. Um, yeah, onto the playoffs today.
Hey,
Did you?
before
Yeah.
before you that, did you catch talking about bad ownerships? It rung a bell, of course.
Mm,
Pittsburgh Pirates. They cut was it Rodney? They cut the first baseman. So he was 4 plate appearances away from getting a bonus, and they cut him.
I saw that. I saw that. Yeah.
My God, man. 200,000.
Yeah.
That's like
Yeah.
nothing for them.
Yeah. Kinner, what was I always
I
Isaiah
was
Kiner Falefa. Yeah.
no, it wasn't him. It was
Wasn't
the first
him.
baseman. It was the first baseman.
Oh, yes, yes, yes.
Ronnie Tellez, or
Yes, 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 yes. Yes. Yeah. Yeah. Um
I'll
uh,
give you
uh,
a
uh.
name.
No, but he was part of it too. Um
Oh, they
Rowdy
that was after?
Tellez. Rowdy Tellez.
Right there, there you go.
Um but Falefa too, that guy gave up money to uh to not
Damn.
to not to not make to not make the Pirates pay a little extra. Yeah. But
They
we got
always
to
been
rescue
shit. Ever since they
Paskins.
lost Barry Bonds, yeah, they've been
Yeah.
shit.
We got to rescue Paskins from there.
Yeah. All
Um
right, playoffs.
we're in the playoffs. We had a doubleheader today between the Mets and the Braves. The first game was wild. I don't know if you saw it, but the first game was wild. And Francisco
Lindor hit it.
Lindor
Lindor.
uh just made it happen for the Mets. And it was very predictable. It was very predictable what was going to happen because so pretty much the scenarios was if they split, they both make it, and the only way that Arizona was going to make it is if either team swept.
Yeah.
But the way it was played, it was pretty much like back to back. Like they finished one and boom, they started the other one.
Yeah. They fixed the field and then bam.
Yeah, and both of these teams play tomorrow. The Mets travel to Milwaukee, and the Braves traveled all the way to the East Coast, to the West Coast in San Diego.
If you're a gambler, there you go. Take the home team.
Yeah, yeah. So it was it was one of those things that whoever won game one was gonna rest. Whoever they were, you were gonna get like a
Nothing.
yeah the bare minimum in the second game, and they were gonna split. There was just no way that these
They're
teams
gonna
were gonna
risk it.
split. And that's exactly what happened. Mets win the first one, Braves win the second one, and now we'll go we'll go in order. So we'll set the stage. In the American League, we get the Yankees who have the number one seed, which they will have home field throughout until the World Series. Because I think in the World Series, if the
For Phillies.
Dodgers or Phillies would have home field in the World Series because they have a better record. Number two seed is the Cleveland Indians, and these two teams
Cleveland
will
Guardians, sir.
Guardians. My bad. Sorry, city of Cleveland. Um, in the NL, the Dodgers get the number one seed. They caught the Phillies, and the Phillies have the number two seed. Now, all four of these teams get pretty much a week off. Pretty much, they don't play until Saturday,
Oh, oh.
and this is. I guess the Dodgers are going to lose next round. But you're just nodding. So those are the four teams. So you're not going to see them until Saturday. All right. Starting tomorrow, we get Tigers versus Astros in the first game. We get Royals versus Orioles. That's going to be a tongue twister. Mets versus Brewers and Braves versus Padres. And so we're going to get these four matchups in
The bottom.
October. Um, let's start with Detroit and Houston. Detroit is happy to be there. Detroit was not expected to be there. We had talked about them in the beginning of the year, and we had said Detroit was the team that was a year away. Next year was when we were
Yeah.
expecting, and they kind of just said, no, we kind of just we're ready now. And they were ready. And now they're in the playoffs. They're playing against this Astros team that I was like freaking out in the beginning of the year because they just struggled. And I kept asking, should we freak out now? And you're like, nah. Should we freak out now? Yeah. And if I was like, should we freak out? You're like, I think we should freak out. And then they just turned it on. The Mariners fell asleep at the wheel. The Mariners had this, and they just couldn't do much. They made moves at the trade deadline. Didn't matter. Randy just was not good for them after the trade deadline. So good call by you actually in saying like all these moves are not good moves. Good job by you.
Thank you,
Um
thank you. Give my flowers.
so Astros Tigers, is this one of those like three games series sweeps? Houston
No,
is way better,
no.
or is it?
Houston's not way better. I think this is
Well,
gonna be the more. I think this is gonna be the more intriguing matchup of both in the American League.
really?
Yeah, just Detroit's red hot right now.
Yeah.
Uh, they got youngsters that are hungry.
Hmm.
Houston's a little battered, a little bruised,
Yeah.
so that's gonna come into play. You can never count the Astros out though. I think at the end of the day, the Astros are gonna come out on top. Um, the other one, I think Baltimore's way too good. I think they're gonna isolate. I think they're gonna
Wait, so
isolate
hold on. So Tigers, Astros,
Astros.
and okay, me too. So Royals, Orioles.
Yeah,
You think
Orioles.
what?
Orioles. Orioles.
Yeah, same.
Just think they're just more veteran team, a little
Yeah,
bit more hungry, a little more deeper.
yeah.
I think Kansas City is still a year away. Like I said, I think they're gonna just not pitch to or pitch around Blake DeWitt.
Mm,
Blake DeWitt. Bobby DeWitt. Bobby
yeah,
Witt Jr., sorry.
probably way. Yeah.
I think that's kind of what's gonna be crucial in the series. If uh it's gonna be crucial that they pitch like really, 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 really tight with these guys. And I
Mm,
think pitching around them would be this strong or just getting them off a rhythm. I don't know.
yeah,
There's just some I don't know. He's just too good, man. He's
yeah,
just too he's just
yeah. Uh,
he's just way too good.
so if you had to pick between these two matchups,
It'll be the Orioles for sure.
no, no, yeah, yeah. So we both have Orioles, Astros, but I'm saying if you had to pick an upset, who's more likely to upset the
De-
Tigers or the Royals?
Detroit. Detroit.
Detroit, just because of just how banged up Houston is coming in.
Yeah, how banged up is
Yeah,
Houston's coming in.
yeah, I agree because I
Small
think
small ballpark. I think that's gonna come
yeah,
into play. And then Detroit is just crazy. Once you go
yeah.
to Detroit, it's gonna be a ruckus crowd. It's gonna
I, I think that's the part that if Detroit is somehow able to split, it becomes it becomes a little scary for Houston because you're going into a crowd that has again, they weren't expecting to be here.
well,
And so game 3 is already going to be a ridiculous atmosphere. But if
yeah.
you went to game 3 and it's 1-1, oh man, like I
Or
can't
if
even.
it's 0-2, if it's
Wow, if
0-2,
it's all two, then
that's what I'm
Detroit.
saying. If it's 0-2, it's gonna be even more crazier.
Yeah, yeah. Well, if it's all two, yeah. I don't. Eminem's gonna like go wild. Yeah. Um. Yeah.
I
So
I think
I
I,
agree.
I think I think that part of the bracket is more. It's an easier path to the World Series
Yeah.
or to the not to the World Series, but
To
actually
the ALCS, yeah. To
ALCS.
the
Yeah,
to the
easier
World
path.
Series too, because the winner of Detroit Houston goes to Cleveland.
Yeah,
The winner of Kansas
that
City
goes.
and Baltimore goes to New York.
So it could possibly be division games in ALDS.
Yeah.
It could be two division games. It could be the Central and it could be the East.
Yeah.
And the East is always going to come out on top
Right. Yeah. We either
unless
gonna
we.
get the way we both think it's gonna go. It's gonna be Orioles versus Yankees in ALDS, which is gonna be a
Yeah,
doozy. That's gonna be, and that's pretty much gonna be the winner of that is coming out of the
yeah.
A. And on the other side,
But if the Astros come out on that side, I
well,
think,
yeah, if the Astros come out, then all hell's gonna break loose because the Astros are like the frozen king in
yeah.
Game of Thrones. That like you got to kill those guys. Like you got to kill them for them to be eliminated.
But I think it's already time. I think time has passed for them already. I
Yeah,
think a new
I
era
think
is
so too.
dawning in the AL.
Yeah, I
I
think
hate to
so.
count them out. Uh, there's nothing against in 2017 all these feelings.
Right.
It's just one of those things that I just feel that
Yeah, it's just it
their time
happened.
has passed already.
Yeah,
I think a
yeah,
lot of Altuve is not the same Altuve. Bregman's already starting to think about free agency.
yeah. Bregman's already
Um,
picking houses in Boston.
yeah, I don't know about Boston, but he's yeah, he's 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 picking a house somewhere.
Yeah, Bregman's
Um,
gone. Bregman is. He
I,
called the
I
neighbors. He told his wife, "Hey, just start looking at Zillow. Tell me what neighborhood. Start picking schools."
I think
He's
at this
gone.
point, we could say that the era's over.
Yeah,
I think this is our. I think it's fair enough to say this is our last dance.
yeah. This is the last dance. So, and we have so much respect for those guys that if they go on a tear, we were not going to be like, "Oh, we didn't see this guy."
Yeah, yeah,
No, like they're still the Astros, and this is the last time we're going to say that because next season is different. But for this season, this is the last time.
yeah. This is
Say
it. I don't unless they reload, but it's kind of hard to reload from homegrown prospects.
right.
They still have the team friendly contracts.
Yeah.
After that, it's just yeah.
Yeah.
And then the other side, I don't know. Like I always said, that both that series is gonna be fun. Kansas City and the Orioles are gonna be fun in Baltimore. It's gonna be
Yeah.
fun.
Yeah.
It's gonna be a fun series, but I just think Baltimore's just way too good.
Yeah. Baltimore has too much talent
And then when they
for
move to the Yankees, that's gonna be a toss up.
that's gonna be
I
beautiful.
think the Yankees experience might come into play here, and it might be. It sucks to say, but it might be Houston and New York again, maybe for the final time in the ALCS.
Yeah.
I think we talked about it earlier this season. They were like, oh, it's the era's almost over for the ALC, the AL.
Yeah.
The AL is gonna have a new king, a new team to beat.
But you're starting to see it. Next year it's gonna be Baltimore, Kansas City, and these are gonna be the teams that we're gonna look at. I mean, the Yankees will always be there just because they're willing to spend money.
Yeah,
Um, but yeah,
thanks to the Yankees.
right, right.
They got Aaron Boone. Aaron Boone tends to choke all the time, so I don't know.
Yeah. I hope he chokes this year.
I don't. Just looking at I like saying I don't know that. I do know.
Right.
I stare at Cleveland. It just doesn't. I don't know. I just can't
Cleveland is boring.
respect.
That's what they are.
I just can't respect them without the Indian logo. I'm serious.
Yeah,
I
like
have
I'm
like
picking
I
against them. Why? I hate their logo.
no. They're just lame. It's just
Yeah.
it's like cool. You could have had the Indians,
All
or you
right.
could have had something else.
Yeah.
That's a whole different subject, but bring back the Indians. Please bring back the Indians. If I ever own the Cleveland Indians
That's
or
the
the
first
Cleveland
thing you
Guardians,
do.
first thing I'm gonna do. They
Bring back.
try to get rid of me for that. So be it. I'm a history nut. I love history.
Yeah.
Let's go to the NL.
Okay. In
think
the NL, we get the Mets versus the Brewers. The Mets are coming. The Mets are coming off of grueling 2 game series today.
yeah,
It's a shorter turnaround from Atlanta to Milwaukee, but nonetheless, they're going to be taxed. They're coming at a disadvantage, or we've seen this before, a la the Diamondbacks of last year. You've been in a win or go home for mentality for a while now that this almost just becomes like get locked into this mentality.
Yeah.
Now, the Mets of old, we would say they're weak mentally. The Mets that won game one today, with all the swings that
They look
happened on the
dangerous.
road, I was like, man,
They look
that's
dangerous.
and Milwaukee to me, they're like the Guardians. Like I've seen this movie before. I get it. You guys like are fun, but you get to the playoffs and then you try to get gimmicky and it never works. I'm picking New York.
I think they lose game one and then they come back.
I just don't I've seen this movie with Milwaukee. I've seen it.
Well, Milwaukee's always been that team.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. Like we've
It's
seen
just
this
they've been
before.
boring. I don't know. They're just
They're gonna have a bullpen game in one of these, and like we've seen this before. And I just remember when they had a few years ago, and they were going up against the Dodgers, and it was like the peak of Josh Hader, and it was like, oh man, they have all these arms, and the Dodgers went in there, were just like, okay,
cool. Let me change the lineup real quick. And then
and it was just like they were done. Like by the third inning, it was
yeah,
like
they
it's October. This is in May, so yeah. So
yeah, there might be an upset there.
yeah. Um,
Oh,
and we get the Braves versus the Padres. I think because of the travel alone, the, this is what best of three.
five.
Oh, this is best of five. The wild card is best
Oh,
of five.
actually, no, best of three. Yeah, it is best of three. It is. It is.
I wouldn't be
The next one is
surprised.
best of five.
Yeah, yeah. I wouldn't be surprised if the Padres sweep this, just because it took
Yeah,
everything for the Braves to win this. And you play tomorrow and Wednesday. This might be over by Wednesday
yeah. I think I uh,
because the Padres are playing good baseball too.
they're not playing good baseball. They're playing great baseball.
I
They're playing great.
can see you can see what I'm seeing. Just the stress in your eyes.
I actually wanted them to tank the first seed and just go to the second seed, just to not to avoid this to when it matters more. But
Yeah.
yeah,
So
I don't see Atlanta getting past game three or game two.
yeah, I'd be. I mean, we'd tip our
Well,
hat.
they're all home games. I think they're all home games, if I'm not
Oh, they're
mistaken.
all home games.
Yeah, if I'm not
Are they
mistaken.
really?
I think
Oh
so.
wow. No,
Yeah, they're kind of gonna fly back and then play
you're
next
right.
week.
You're right. You're right. Yeah. Interesting. Um.
So Atlanta's gonna be stuck in San Diego for a week or for a couple of days,
Yeah.
and
They're not. They're not. They're not doing anything.
and
Uh.
then San Diego plays LA. Then New York plays Philly. That's gonna be again back to the same boat as before. Two division winners
Yeah.
or two divisions facing each other.
Yeah. Two division rivals.
The East and the
Trying.
West. Um,
But we'll preview those when we get there. But that is what the NL playoff picture is a lot more fun than the AL one.
oh yeah,
And super excited. So to start the year, we both made World Series predictions. Do you remember what yours was?
and I don't. I don't remember what I did yesterday.
Yeah, I don't remember yours. I remember mine. And I had said
I think it was a
Dodgers.
Yankees Dodgers. I
I
think.
said Dodgers Yankees.
No, I think I said Phillies Yankees. I think.
Yeah, that sounds about right. Um, do you want to change that prediction?
Uh, No, I'll keep it.
Okay. I want to
I'll
change
keep.
mine.
I'll keep it. As much as I want to change it, I'll keep it.
Yeah.
I can see a scenario of them beating the Padres. So
Yeah. I'm gonna go Padres. Padres Orioles. My World Series.
yeah,
I'm gonna change it. Um,
that'll be so boring.
and just for the record, I'm rooting for the Dodgers. I hope the Dodgers win the World Series. Just for the record.
I think we are, but I think
I
reality
have
is starting to set in.
I have no horse in the race. My dumb team is not here. So to me, I as long as the Yankees don't win it, I'm okay. I'm happy with anybody but the Yankees winning it. Um, but as a Dodger fan, where you at?
Great finish to the season. It was it was a, I think it was predicted when the last podcast we did. We kind of went
Yeah.
over the schedule,
Right.
and then we said that it could go either of both ways,
Right.
and it went the way that I kind of had a feeling for, but not really. I was kind of stressed out over the first week of September, and the
Yeah.
second week and third week. Um, Out of the Padres series, it was hard to gauge. I think that series is just gonna be. I think it'll be a coin flip at this point.
Mm,
I think it's whoever comes in hot. And again, if they sweep Atlanta, yeah, I don't think they have enough for 5 games. The Dodgers.
yeah.
The offense is great, but just the pitching itself is just not there yet. Um, the Phillies. I think the Phillies are the more overall better team, just
Mm,
overall offensively, defensively, and pitching.
yeah.
Uh, but the Padres are just deeper,
Right.
if it makes sense.
Yeah.
The Padres just have a bullpen that just it's scary.
Yeah.
Once you get to the fifth after the fifth inning, it reminds me again like the Royals. I don't think they're gonna manage like the Royals. I remember when they won the World Series, they pitched a guy for 5 innings and they brought their bullpen guy in the sixth, seventh, eighth, and they ended up closing it. Back when they won the World Series so long ago. Um, but I think that's how small of a game it can become. After the
Yeah.
fifth inning, yeah, you're pretty much done. Um, yeah, so it'll be for me. It'll be the Phillies and Yankees. Phillies and Yankees. Uh, Phillies taking it. If it's not the Dodgers, it might Dodger hard. It'll be the Dodgers, but I think for the Dodgers, it's going to be really really hard to get there.
Mm, yeah.
It's going to be really 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 really. It's gonna be a mission to get there. A lot of people counting them out. I I I don't want to count them out, but I'm kind of looking at what's happening and what it takes in October. I don't think we have enough, man. I just don't think I think we should have made an extra move for pitching, like I said, and during the trade deadline. But the playoffs is going to be a crapshoot. It's hard to predict. It's going to be hard. There's so many ways you could paint it. You could paint it as the Padres just rolling over everybody, getting to the World Series
Hmm.
because they're that kind of team. You could put it as the Astros coming out of nowhere and taking it. Everybody's counting them out through all the season. You can put it the Yankees. The Yankees are right there. Or you can play spoiler. You can play spoiler with the Orioles. Even Cleveland. Nobody's even counting Cleveland. Cleveland is a decent team.
Yeah. Yeah. That would get a roster. Yeah.
Yeah, everybody. I think everybody has a decent chance to win in this playoffs. I hope it's the Dodgers. Uh, but who knows?
Yeah.
Well, only time will tell.
Yeah. Well, no. Um. Yeah. We'll see how it develops. We'll talk to you hopefully Friday night, if not Saturday, but hopefully Friday night. and we get a feel right before. Because we'll know. Well, maybe Thursday we'll know who the Dodgers are playing, and we can do like a preview of that.
Yeah.
Um, do you have a final thought?
Yeah. Unfortunately, today we had the news that Pete Rose passed away.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Pete Rose passed away. It was right after, right. It was crazy. It was right after the game ended, after the regular season ended, and they were talking about it. And then next thing you knew, it broke. It's crazy how Team Z knows everything before everybody else. I don't know what these guys do in their life, but they know everything before everybody else. They knew the Kobe thing. They knew everything, man.
Yeah.
Um, but just growing up and like we were talking about, I think the theme of this podcast is just the history of the game. I think there's been a lot of history in this game that has been forgotten and is being thrown away by this new era of baseball.
Yeah.
Um, Oakland A's are gone now. No, I don't think we're ever going to see Pete Rose in the Hall of Fame at
No,
this point. Even even if he gets in,
it's
for
not the same.
what?
Yeah.
For what?
Yeah. Exactly.
For
Yeah.
what?
Yeah.
It's like somebody tell me once before, give me flowers while I'm alive and don't give me flowers when I'm dead.
Mm.
Because I'm not gonna remember it. I'm
Right.
not gonna feel it. I'm not gonna know it.
Yeah.
Just and people don't know the history of it is he was the best hitter. We always think about Tony Gwynn, but this guy had the most hits in all time.
Mm-hmm.
Um, he was one of the best hitters in that era, and I think we can say all time. I don't think there's been another guy like him. Um, I'm not talking about the gambling part, but I'm talking about him. Um, I don't know. Baseball needs to change things. I think the commissioner needs to step up and say, "Hey, dude, there's too much history in this game. We're throwing it away.
Yeah.
We're throwing it away." I have a gut feeling that the Boston Red Sox are next, man. I think Boston they're gonna sell. They're gonna sell to somebody that's not even interested in the game. It's probably gonna be a corporate sponsor or a corporate guy.
Yeah.
It's gonna be a machine, and they're just gonna go pump in money in the team. If they win, they win. If they don't, they don't. Um, that shouldn't be allowed. That should not be allowed. Hall of Fame. I think the Hall of Fame has to change the rules. There's so many people that have so much bias against everybody,
Yeah.
and those people shouldn't be allowed to make decisions for people's lives.
Yeah. Yeah. It
I,
shouldn't be a popularity contest.
I get it, but at this point, it's becoming a WWE Hall of Fame.
Right.
It used to be that, okay, cool, we'll go there. It's something special. My kids are going to learn about the game, but I think kids are learning about the game on YouTube more than on than going to the
Yeah.
Cooperstown
Mm-hmm.
because all this history has been stripped. We don't have Barry Bonds. Barry Bonds is not in the Hall of Fame. Barry Bonds is the best home run hitter ever,
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
like ever. Like there's no like ifs or buts about it. It's just ever.
Yeah.
This
And he,
guy's this guy's like the best hitter, singles hitter,
yeah. And he
doubles
doesn't
hitter.
exist in the
Doesn't
Hall of
even
Fame.
exist.
Yeah.
Shoeless Joe Jackson, one of the best players in 1800s, doesn't exist.
Yeah.
It's a black period. It's I think that's where the game should evolve from.
Mm.
I think that's how we don't see other places do that. It's like in the NFL, we have guys making the Hall of Fame that I've never heard of in my life,
Right.
but at least they get the decency and respect to put them in there. Um, NBA, same thing. NBA, some of the guys that done things. Should Jordan be in the NBA in the Hall of Fame? Supposedly he gambled. Supposedly he did all this stuff.
Yeah.
Kobe, Kobe, rest in peace. He had a rape trial. Shaq does whatever Shaq does,
Yeah.
and they're all there.
Mm-hmm.
I think this. I just to cut everything short. I think all these all these accolades should be why people go into the Hall of Fame and not the personal thing.
Yeah.
Because people care about what they did, they don't care about what they do outside.
Mm.
They could be the worst person outside in the world, but we remember what they did in the game.
Right.
And I think this guy should have gotten respect while he was alive. He did a lot of PR during his time, and yeah,
Yeah.
and
Yeah.
then just yeah. Thank you, P Rose, for everything. I didn't get to see you, but you did some great things. And this might get me blocked, but fuck you, John Fisher, and fuck
Mm.
you, Oakland,
Oakland?
the city of fucking Oakland.
Yeah.
Forgive both of you guys. Both of
Yeah.
you guys are at fault that we're losing what we're losing in history. That's how I want to end it. A big middle finger for both the city of Oakland and John Fisher.
There you go. uh, my final thought tied to your final thought on Pete Rose, and it's very similar to just the way you ended it. Just people, athletes are not perfect people, and I think a lot of times we want to create good guys and bad guys and think that things are a movie, and life it doesn't work that way. There aren't good guys, there aren't bad guys. It's just complicated people. And Pete Rose, to anybody outside of Cincinnati, is a bad guy, quote unquote, because he gambled on some games. And if you're from Cincinnati, Pete Rose is a legend. And I think it's important to understand that it's when we're talking about people like Pete Rose, like Barry Bonds, if you're outside of those cities and those circles, they could mean nothing, or they are just the villains, but they mean so much to them, to that city, to those franchises. And we saw it here in LA with Kobe. Kobe outside of LA was hated. He was the ball hog. He was, but I guess the rapist even. But to people in LA, he personified who we were, and you saw it when he died, just what it meant to the city of LA to have Kobe. So he leaves a very complicated legacy, like a lot of people, and he leaves a very complicated just story. It doesn't mean we shouldn't be sharing his story. It doesn't mean that we shouldn't celebrate what he did, because he was, when it came to baseball, one of the greatest competitors and one of the greatest baseball players of all time. So that's my final thought. So,
sorry, kids listening, but I had let it out. I've been holding it for a couple of weeks.
Yeah. Earmuffs. But I want you to see the Vince McMahon documentary that came out. Watch it.
I watched it.
Oh, you saw? Okay, so
I watched it.
I'm almost done. I wanna pick your brain on it, because I know you're super into that, and we'll talk sometime this weekend about what we saw and the wild card. It's baseball time, so I'm super excited for this time.
Yeah.
So I'll talk to you. I'll talk to you next time.
Yeah, for sure.
The Ozo Podcast was brought to you by Triumph Protective Coatings. You can find Triumph Protective Coatings on Instagram, Triumph_Coatings. You can call them or text them 626-436-4702. They offer awesome customer service, and they do amazing work. So reach out to them for your next project, and if you use promo code ARROWSUP, you get 15% off your next order. So reach out to them. They'll take care of you. That's the pod. Thank you to Harry. Thank you to Angel. Thank you to Triumph. I'll talk to you again on Wednesday with Christian Worldview Wednesdays coming back. Friday's episode with David, and that's the week. We'll have more bonus content since the playoffs are here. So keep an eye on that. Instagram, @ArrowsUp. YouTube channel, Arrows Up YouTube channel. And You can listen to this pod anywhere you get pods, so please rate, review, and subscribe. I'll talk to you later. Until then, Hala Madrid, glory, glory, Man United, Viva la Máquina, bang, bang, Niner Gang.